My name is Travis Herman. I've lived in Ohio my whole life, and ever since I was a kid, I've wanted to create things.
Gotta do a video on the rock.
I've been really busy lately, so I figured I'd come out here and do something a little easier, answer some questions that people had, and I don't know, give you some insight and get a little connection with my audience. Austin Short, who are your biggest inspirations? Not just art, but videos and stuff. If I had to do a quick list, it would be something like Edgar Wright films, Sam Raimi films, and the Evil Dead franchise, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books, music like Gorillaz, Oliver Tree, Childish Gambino, ELO, or Blink-182. I also watch a lot of artists like 1000, Gox, and David Cho. And I really love animations from Adult Swim and Cartoon Network. I also like sci-fi, and I love comics. And I also love games like Little Big Planet or Fallout. And skateboarding culture has definitely influenced my style, I guess, I don't know. And resource projects that create quality with what they have. Austin Scott, what is your most complex piece, and how'd you overcome obstacles in your way to complete it? One of the most complex pieces I ever made is technically my first animation, probably, if that counts. I did all of that on MS Paint and Movie Maker, where I drew every single frame and then did the sound effects and the music and all kinds of stuff for it. I never got to finish it though, but I was using MS Paint and Movie Maker because I didn't have anything else. And then there's my new method of animation, which is just using PNGs and keyframing and drawing as many frames as I can, really. And that was a big learning curve because I'd never done music videos or anything like that.
Welcome to my home asylum. Step inside my domicile. Seconds for my total dial.
Damn, I mean dang. Play the piccolo to be fucking with my stance. Feeling like spine when I'm rocking my chain, but you can't respawn. Been practicing my aims.
And then the magic pen, I decided to include animation. And I started drawing as many frames as I could for these simple actions that were on screen. And that felt a little more harkened back to how I was doing it on MS Paint. And honestly, getting through those years of studying animation and film helped me create those music videos and little animations that I've been putting throughout the videos. And I'm pretty proud of those. Boogies, bongs, and brews. What is the most fulfilling point of the creative process for you? And does that change depending on the medium or project? The most fulfilling point of the process changes from everything I do. When I'm painting, I like to get to the finer details. Nailing down the shapes during the regular process is really fulfilling as well. Like, instead of just painting what you see, you start identifying shapes within the colors, and that's kind of how they do realistic paintings. During the editing process, it's really fun to add all the little details at the end of the video where you can put in like text and sound effects and stuff like that. Rob Coleman, as a multimedia artist, what is your favorite medium to make art in? My favorite medium to make art in would have to be ink on watercolor paper because it has this really nice texture depending on what grit you have. It's simple and fun, and anything you do on those has the potential for some benefit. And the past year or so, I've gotten really into digital art on my tablet, which helps me do logo designs. It helps out doing like a lot of stuff with the videos. I can do poster designs, all kinds of graphics. I make fake Pokemon with the lemon squid. So yeah, ink on paper and digital art are probably my two favorite traditional things. I do a lot of painting. Rob Coleman also has another question. Are there any particular skills that you find yourself always using no matter what the medium? Skills I try to use across each medium are storytelling, projecting my voice, and just having fun, educating and entertaining yourself or others. If you keep those things in mind, a final project becomes much more beneficial to yourself and those around you. It's up to you to inject things like emotion, comedy, history, memes, and that's where finding your voice comes in handy. Technical skills I like to use across our work. I lean into a style when I get a project in mind, so I tend to pull different skills depending on the piece, and a lot of research or references can help you get into the style you're looking for. I always try to make my projects a little gritty and a little dirty. It's, I think, applicable to paintings and stuff too, where you can add detail like flicks of paint or little scratches here and there, and it really just gives a lot more character to what you're doing. With video, incorporate as much cardboard and low budget stuff as I can handle for the video. Misty Rucker, why do you do art? Misty with the hard-hitting cues. The simple answer is it's fun. Sometimes the validation is nice, and the long answer would be sometimes I'm coping with internal or external factors like escapism, just creating things to get things outside of your head, to live outside of your head and on the page. Making things makes me feel like, my hands are staying busy. Over the last couple of years, it's helped me find my creative voice and like what I want to say, what do I have to offer to people. Art is just a really fun thing to do. It's a natural expression of who I am. I've been doing it ever since I was a kid. And I don't think I'll ever stop. I couldn't stop if I tried. Sometimes I wonder, did someone just tell me I was good at drawing when I was a kid, and now I've done it, my entire life ever since. Whatever it is, I can't stop. Misty Rucker with another question. Why do you think art is still so important in our society? I don't think it's a time thing. It's like a creative ether, and that includes painting, writing, music, singing. It's like another dimension that some people have an easier time accessing than others. In science, there's something about the left brain and right brain dominance in one's personality, one of those being more creative and the other being more logical. I think this only happens because of the structure of the world and your formative years. I think draftsmanship, creativity in general, is actually the standard for a human. People who lose some of those creative connections eventually convince themselves that they aren't the creative type, and that's where the segregation begins. Because of whatever they tell themselves, no matter what happens in one's evolution or societal evolution, someone somewhere will be making art. It's a part of the ether, life. What is your favorite medium or mediums? Since I already mentioned my favorite art medium, I'll answer this one as what is my favorite across all creative fields. And I think music, because before I decided to give my all to art, I trained myself musically across multiple instruments, played shows, jammed out with friends, and it's a very cooperative opportunity, especially if you're comfortable with others. Playing music together can be extremely collaborative. It's also a super interactive creative field. Like literally, using your body gives you an actual literal vibration connection to the creative ether, and you feel it. There's nothing like that. And that is all the questions I have for this one. Hopefully I answered them all and didn't ramble too much. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you around. Stay creative, folks.
Oh, dude, that beautiful detail.
DIY, brother. Woo! Makes it look even better when you're done.